что могу сказать? Сейчас с тобой базарим с этой Ингром. Скажем ей, что все готово. Ну что там?
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
Maybe I should stand back.
Don't be ridiculous. I've checked every connection, every circuit myself. Prime will hold together.
Right.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's...
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be...
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose...
Блять, ну мне не нравится эта идея нажимать эту кнопку.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be... Right now, we have him running off of the... Once I get that sorted out, we'll send him off to kick in the Institute's front door. Before you head off to your next assignment, I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's gratitude for you. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
Look, I'm really busy, and I'm not in the mood for talking.
Что значит слепое предательство? Меня предадут сейчас или что, блядь?
When it comes to keeping the
Будет обидно, если у него предаст. Если скажешь, типа, ну ты мне больше не нужен, иди-ка ты нахуй. Safe.
Sir.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a Sith.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate. A monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
With pleasure. I'll make him pay for lying to us.
Some people may have a problem with missions like this. You know, friends of ours.
I appreciate your cooperation. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Нет, сюрвей. Я бы качнул нуку, но мне уже не нужно. Я же все сделал с этим. А я не знаю, что еще качать реально. Ватс я даже не беру, даже не хочу его брать. Ватс. Давай, это Дякон очень сильный, поэтому почему бы и нет. Ну, сюда, да. Неожиданный поворот, согласен, неожиданный. Я даже не думал об этом, на самом деле, что он может быть синтом или что-то такое. Хотя он изначально втирался в доверие, так, знаете, типа, бля, да я тебя сразу, сходу, блядь, с полтычка беру, нахуй. Свои эти.
All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation.
I was told you were coming. Sorry about
Anyone
this
found in
business
possession of undocumented technologies.
Блять. Я думал, он уже начал диалог, я могу скипнуть эту глупую фразу.
Attention, this is a reminder. All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation.
I was told you were coming. Sorry about
Anyone
this
found
business
in
with
possession of
Danse.
undocumented technologies will be subject to inquiry and punishment.
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Danse under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a transistor radio. I was merely sorry that you'd been duped. No matter. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Danse had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
Orders are orders.
Orders are orders? That's all you have to say? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to finding Dance.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Ну, по сути, мне нужно вот сюда. Чё она не идет, блядь? Где она, нахуй? Не понимаю. А, так мы не туда идем.
I always suspected there was something weird about Paladin
Scribe?
Dance.
Do you actually
Something,
plan on killing Paladin
off
Dance?
Aren't you supposed to tell me where Dance went?
Yes. And I promise I will. But before I do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us.
I'm not making any promises.
You don't have to promise me anything. But if I know... It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. Just be careful. There's no telling.
Видимо. Я выслушал версию, конечно, выслушаю. Я узнаю, что он там думает. Если ничего, он вообще... Я сам вообще что-то думает. Но, блядь, типа, не знаю. Ну, мы вроде как этот... военный. У нас не должно быть такого, как бы... Типа, блядь. То есть... Син, но я не буду тебя убивать, потому что ты хороший. Хороший Син, потому что ты хороший Син, блядь. Только поэтому. Ну, блядь, это хуёвая идея, конечно. Я бы его захуярил на самом деле. Где это? Там еще не был, но туда пешочком прибежим. Ну там мне больше еще, блядь, кто-то курит на улице, сука, воняет пизда. Он еще, наверное, обложился минами, да, всем, чтобы к нему никто не подошел, блядь. И там еще синты какая-нибудь армия стоит, блядь.
You're going down. That's meant to be right. So, new business model. You team up with a mortuary. You see what I'm saying?
Ладно, идем. Да, я, конечно, не хочу его тоже убивать, но, блядь, он мне ничего не сделал хорошего. Ну, да, в братство меня закинул, все такое. Моя любимая фракция в Fallout, согласен, но, блядь. Камон, я бы и без него мог тут попасть спокойно. К тому же, у меня никогда не было с ним хороших отношений. Куда бы я его не брал, он говорил, блядь, Дансу это не понравилось, и, блядь, все, типа.
Insert something Shakespearean involving death and your inevitable doom here.
Attention. This is now a combat zone.
Он даже слоуха снял, если что. Ну а теперь, сегодня капитан Ратлидж приказал та-та-та-та-та. Нихуя интересного, нихуя интересного, нихуя интересного, нихуя интересного, нихуя интересного. Здесь определенно живет, блядь.
Only a non-human would be foolish enough to call this their home. I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself. Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins, everything. I mean, I feel like I've been in control.
Right.
Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxon's orders. Does he even want me?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I should have stayed on the Pridwin and accept, like I said, I need...
I see you've calculated all the variables, just like a machine.
Your anger simply proves my point. I'm ready to accept. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
If it needs to be done, then so be it.
I've never been prouder of you than I am right now, brother. It's been a pleasure serving with you.
Адюкторион, брат. Да, деталь синтом был синтом. Что ж, этого никто не мог ожидать. Тут не поспоришь. Но я ничего не могу по этому поводу даже сказать. Тогда валим отсюда. Тут же больше нет ничего интересного, правильно? Разве что ментанты, которые там забрал. Ты как выстрелился тут сюда. Ладно, я хочу стать синк, чтобы быстро. Точно это сделать. Нужно просто починить броню мою. Потому что я чувствую, что это прям вот последней миссией. Тут, даже если это больше была не последняя миссия. Мне нужно быть в полной боевой готовности, так сказать. Ладно, ребят, хочу вам сказать спасибо за наверное, просмотр серии. Или сейчас попрощаться, или сейчас. Наверное, не сейчас. Давайте, когда я поговорю с Максимом. Что ж, пойдем. Я буду закупаться, конечно, патроны. Но нахуя у меня дробовик куча патронов. У меня вообще, в принципе, куча патронов. Я переживаю просто за патроны единственное, и все. Ну, я единственное, что на дробовик переживаю. Так-то у меня есть лазерка сильная, и снайперка сильная, и пулемет сильный, и револьвер, и ближний бой, и все у меня есть.
Report, Knight. Have you handled the situation with Paladin Danse?
Do you want his holotags as proof?
That won't be necessary. Perhaps you should keep them as a reminder of your lapse in vigilance. Of course, Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I won't disappoint you, Elder.
Had I even a single doubt in my mind, I wouldn't have awarded you the promotion. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Сейчас к Келсу сходим. Хочу посмотреть, что там за силовая броня такая мне далась. Личная комната паладина Данса. И где же она находится? Хуй его знает.
Attention. This is a reminder. Any recovered historical, technological, or social documentation should be delivered directly to Proctor Quinlan.
Капитан Келс.
That is all.
Макс идет.
Your promotion was well deserved.
А, вот они, походу, здесь. То, что мне так долго было недоступно, видимо. Это была пачка секретов. Ну, Данс любил припухнуть, сразу видно.
I don't know about Scrod Naraya.
Attention. Albert Pilot to
Теперь я
Station
хочу увидеть его силовую
Epsilon.
броню.
Albert Pilot report to Station Epsilon. That is all.
Carry food with you, or you'll end up eating some pretty questionable things to stay alive.
that Elder Maxon got that scar on his face from going one-on-one with a Deathclaw.
Hesitating to pull the trigger on any of the Commonwealth scum can be fatal.
Ну, мне отдали вот типа броню, вот она стоит, блядь, ну... Ну что, 240, блядь. На мои 320, 240, 150, 180. Тут еще 300, 420, 340, 245. Это тут еще моя, да? Угу. 420, 310, 400. Ну, блядь, видите, ну... Такая же, как у меня, так... Ну, как такая же. Модель ниже, я бы сказал. К Элсу надо, говорят, нам зайти. Давай зайдем. Что он нам скажет, что расскажет.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dan...
I'm ready, Captain.
Good, because this mission demands your full attention. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Hit them before they hit us? I like it.
Precisely. Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Do they all have to die?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Now, before you depart...
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on PAM's terminal, I'm certain we could put PAM's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it.
I'll try to get it back here in one piece.
Good.
I'm certain you'll do whatever it... When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
If you're no good at hacking PAM's systems, you should take someone with you who can.
А Диакон где? Его здесь нет уже, видимо. Или есть, я не знаю, посмотрим. Остался он со мной или нет, или отправился туда. Я бы не хотел, чтобы он умирал. Я его, наверное, отправлю в Sanctuary. Диакон, ты со мной еще остался?
There's no time to waste when there's work to be done.
You're an inspiration to us all, Paladin. Do us proud.
Ладно, ребят, всем спасибо за просмотр. Надеюсь, вам очень понравилось это видео, эти видео. Ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, рассказывайте друзьям, подписывайтесь, ставьте колокольчики. Мне все это будет очень приятно видеть, слышать и читать. Ну все, в общем-то, наверное, да? Тогда всем удачи и до скорого видео. До скорых встреч.